Hey everyone.
Hey, hey, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's.
We are super excited to have you here with us tonight.
We are. We've got a great, quick program for you on how to do an easy machine binding using a product that is new to us, not new to the market, but new to us, called Liquid Stitch. This is going to be your new best friend for bindings. You're going to love it. Even Mom says she's going to start binding quilts.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. I can't wait to see the video on that. He was kind of showing me how it works. I'm like, oh, okay. I can see that.
Definitely. So if you remember, we did a video with Grandma on how she does binding.
Correct. Yep.
And one of the things that took a little bit of extra time is the pinning or the clipping process.
Yes.
So you can get that nice finish on the front.
Yep.
So this gets to eliminate that, so you're not poking yourself, you're not having to go through multiple layers, or you're not having to use a bunch of clips all the way down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just another resource, right?
Another amazing
idea.
option.
Exactly.
There's so many different ways to do things in this industry.
I know. Exactly.
As we go. So right before we get started, we have a few tidbits to talk about. We have been forgetting to tell people this because we just get so excited.
Okay.
But if you are new to the channel, or if you've been watching us for a while and you have not, please make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching us on Facebook or Instagram, make sure you follow the page and give a big thumbs up so you can get notified whenever we go live here at Linda's.
And if you didn't catch it on Facebook or Instagram when it was live, they're always recorded over on our YouTube channel.
You got it.
Forever and ever back.
Forever and forever and ever. We should do a video one time where we react to our very first live.
Oh goodness.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. No.
You
oh
don't?
yeah, I do. I remember.
Where you tried to stop it, and I said we can't stop. This is live.
I know.
That was the best.
Yes,
you ran out of the scene.
I know.
That was the best. Oh, the nostalgia of it all. That's great.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. That's awesome.
Tell us a little bit about Canada.
Canada was an absolute blast. So I was up there teaching in the Inova long arm quilting room.
Okay.
I had 10 machines, 20 students, so they were sharing a machine. That's always fun. And I taught 6 different classes, and it was just an awesome time.
Yeah, you said you had a really good time.
Yeah.
And then the weather
was perfect.
And then you had to come home to
and
all
then I had
heat.
to come to 100.
Heat advisories.
Come back home to heat advisories, but here we are.
Exactly.
It's all good.
All right, I think we should just jump right in, show them how awesome this Liquid Stitch is.
For sure. All right, so we're going to head over here. And with traditional machine binding, I'm going to move this up just a hair. You're normally sewing this onto the back and flipping it around to the front. You have this stitch line on the top. And Grandma taught us how to flip it around to the back and do a nice stitch in the ditch line, but we had those pins and those clips. So I want to kind of skip that process because I'm all about going a little bit faster. And with what we've got now, you're going to sew your binding strip onto the front of your quilt top. I'm going to take my Stitcher's Friend. I love my Stitcher's Friend, and I'm going to use the seam press side, and I'm going to press that over just to get a nice hand press. I'm not even having to pull out the iron. Get a nice press on that. And then I'm going to flip this over. And you're going to see right here, I did it a gray bobbin color on this so you could really see the line. But that's my stitching line from the front when I sewed on the original strip. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that liquid stitch, and this is used for so many other things besides just binding, right, Mom?
Yes, it really is.
So many other things, but this is a great thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this liquid stitch, and I'm going to put a few drops of this down that stitch line that I've put. And I'm putting this about, I don't know, Mom, what would you say, about an inch apart, maybe 2 inches?
Yeah.
You could go a little bit further if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And we're just going to jump down that just like that.
Looks like you did about an inch on there.
Maybe an inch on there, yeah. That's fine. And now that I've got those little drops on, I'm going to take my binding that I'm going to flip over, and I want to go right past that original stitching line because we want to make sure it's going to cover all the way when we stitch it from the front. So we're going to go right past that line, and I'm going to hold this in place. And you can work all the way down this, but I'm just holding this little section. And I'm pressing this with my hand, just a little quick press. Now, the instructions on the bottle do say to wait a full 30 minutes, but that is for if you're using it just for a permanent solution.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't permanently adhere binding to a quilt
Yeah.
with this. This is just to hold it in place.
Okay.
So we don't really have to wait the full 30 minutes. No need to go get snacks or anything.
Oh, no snacks. Darn.
So we're just going to press this down. And as we're pressing, I'm going to come stand over here and chat with y'all. But we're just holding that down, a nice press all the way around. We go. Now you can do one full side of the quilt. You could do the whole entire quilt. I would probably do just one side at a time just to make sure it stays steady. But if you're going to sit here and press it for a little bit, you might as well just get the whole thing done. That way it's ready to just go straight over to the sewing machine. So we've got that pressing going. I think Mom's setting up our next camera. She's so efficient.
I think we got it.
Love, love, love this. Okay, so we're going to head over to the sewing machine now. And I got a question about this on Facebook. We did a post about using a walking foot on your machine. And I don't know if it's just me, but I absolutely love using a walking foot when I do binding because a quilt can get so heavy.
Oh, yeah, so it kind of holds it in place.
That
for you.
walking foot's going to help you hold it in place. Exactly. And it's going to help you pull the quilt too, just ever so slightly. And if you don't know what a walking foot is, it has additional teeth on the bottom here that help push the fabric through so it gets a nice even layer as you're going. So I'm going to drop this down and, oh no, Mom, can we get a good angle on that? There we go. We're doing a stitch line right there in the ditch as we're going. Okay. So let me move my threads. Drop that down. Let's do a few singles just to make sure we're in the right area. Okay, and then we're gonna go. I always do my binding just a little bit slower. And I'm just stitching right in the ditch there. It's kind of a hard angle to get. So we love Mom for doing this. And we're just going. Now we want that top thread to match very closely to our binding color, and then you want your bobbin to be the same color too. I'm using a brighter bobbin so you can see the effect here. But if I get up and close and personal with you, you can see that that stitch line falls right in the ditch, so you get that beautiful binding on the front. Looks almost like it's hand done. And then if we come around, you get that nice tiny, oh, can we get a better visual on that? There we go. That nice close stitch line. Again, I would use a bobbin color that's pretty close to that same piece.
Yeah, well, that's a good representation to what it looks like though.
But it really helps you see that point as you're going. And that's it. That's as fast as the liquid stitch is. Now, it's not going to harm anything.
Okay.
You don't have to do any pre-ironing.
Okay.
It doesn't really like wash out or anything, so that's always a good plus just in case you accidentally miss a little spot.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just that simple. So you have that beautiful binding on the front, nice finish on the back, and you're not having to worry about making sure it's hitting every single time.
Exactly. Now I've only tried to bind like 1 or 2 times because it is a little more difficult than just you quilting on the machine, and having to hold that at the same time, like with the pins, and pull them out and hold that and go through the machine. You know, it just takes a lot of extra handwork, right?
Yeah,
Extra motion, and this kind of takes that out of it, so that's nice.
Yeah. We've got some good questions coming in.
Okay.
So the biggest one is this going to be gumming up your sewing machine needle?
That's a good question.
Anytime you're using any type of adhesive
Yeah.
on your fabric, whether you're spray basting, liquid stitch, Fabri-Tac, anything like that, you run the risk of a little bit of the gum up on the needle.
Yeah.
I have not encountered it in my time using this for the last few months that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of binding recently because I've been so excited about it. I've not encountered it, but that doesn't mean it might not happen.
Exactly.
So it's always a possibility. However, I'm perfectly fine gumming up a needle, changing it out, putting a new one in if I can bust out some quilts.
If you do, yeah.
As I'm binding
and it
it.
makes it so much easier. Exactly.
Definitely.
So awesome.
good
And
questions there.
yeah, so keep asking the questions if you have any. The information is in our description below. So the link, if you want to purchase it, give it a shot, you know.
It's a nice tiny little bottle. It's a great thing to add to your order if you're hopping over to lindas.com anyway. I mean, that's where I would be. But if you're hopping over there, it's a great thing to add to your order. It's a great thing to get a bunch of and maybe give out to retreat.
Exactly.
Or maybe door prizes at your guild or
really
whatever
great
like
cost
that.
On them, so.
And so you grab that, you grab a Stitcher's friend, you're good
set.
to go.
You're good to go.
You're good to go.
Exactly.
That's super awesome. See, Grant, so that makes excited to do binding too.
I would too.
Now, like, I want to do binding, and y'all know, y'all have watched me. I don't like to do binding. Now, I'm good. I've been cranking them out.
I'm gonna definitely try it now too, especially with that.
You told me you were gonna do it.
I know.
You know, I got a king size quill.
Let's start off with something small.
No. You just jump in.
Just jump right in.
Just
jump in the water,
yes,
right?
Just dive right
dive
in.
in and swim.
to that bottom there. I'm going to check and see if we have any other questions, around here. Let's see.
Anything?
I think everything's good.
Well, if you guys think of any other questions when the video is not live, definitely put them in the comments. We'll jump in there and get those answered for you.
And again, this product is available on our website, lindas.com.
Yep.
And we did have one more. We have a few more things. Landa asked, I can't remember what Canada city Corey taught in. I taught in Edmonton. In Alberta.
That's right.
So it was a beautiful, beautiful city. I had a great time there.
We had another question from Kate.
And then Kate said, did you put the glue directly on the stitch line or closer to the fold line? Very good question. I put it directly, just a hair past the stitch line as you're getting closer into the quilt. So I didn't go closer to the raw edge. I went a hair past that stitch line because that's where you're going to be folding to.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So that is a very good question.
Yeah, and definitely if you missed that, you can go back and watch this video after it posts and you'll get to see him do all that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Alrighty, well this was a quick one tonight, but we just wanted to show you the benefits of liquid stitch. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.